Everybody, welcome back. So, if you guys noticed Alden's recent video over at the Mosin crate, you will notice that he recently got in some full-size Jericho 941Fs. That's Foxtrot. That is the frame-mounted safety. I guess those were recently imported from Century Arms, as you can tell here by this box. So today we're just going to take a look at what I got. I did take a quick look at this at the gun shop that I picked it up at because it is not a CNR, so I had to go through my dealer. Now, this is one of the dealer's choice ones that was in his video. If you notice on the, I think if you check out the picture up here in the top left, you'll see that this one is kind of second on the top row from the left. Which is actually quite nice in my opinion. He did have some in there that had, as you'll see in the picture, had some that were missing quite a bit of the bluing. But let's check this one out that I got. I'm trying to remember the price offhand. Wow, I can't even remember the price. That's pretty terrible. That's bad. My memory is really bad. Okay, so this one was $539, listed in good condition. I think he had like 8 of these. He didn't have a whole bunch of them, but I wanted a full-size one. Of course, as you guys probably know, depending on how old you are, this is one of the guns featured in the anime Cowboy Bebop. It's also been used in multiple TV shows and movies. I believe this, a very similar version of this, was actually used in Beverly Hills Cop. But anyway, let's check this one out. This one is heavily oiled up. Now, it looks as though this one I got has a patina on it. It's not really worn, per se, not like some of the other ones that had a lot of the bluing missing from up here, but it actually appears to be in quite nice shape. I'm trying to wipe off some of this oil because I know this is hard to see with the lighting. But it has just like a kind of like a light brownish patina going on. You can probably notice it a little bit more here on the back strap, but of course this is all matching. And let's remove the magazine, do a safety check. Yes, of course this is indeed unloaded. I'm not going to be doing an unboxing / review on a loaded weapon. You will notice there is a little bit of wear here on that slide, but it is still, I don't even hear it rattling, it is still quite tight. I'm not even actually tempted to take this thing apart yet, just to look at the internals of it. Wow, that mag is really covered in oil as well. For those of you that don't know, of course, this is the one that you can take and use CZ75 mags in. But I'm curious to see how this is worn. It doesn't look like it's terrible, to be honest. Looks pretty good. It's definitely been shot some. Let's look at our rails on our slide. I know the light is not doing me any favors at all today. But, you know, you can see some typical wear marks there. But it doesn't look terrible. Looks like there's a little bit of rust right there. I'm guessing it's probably the conditions in which these were stored in. Of course, these do have the polygonal rifle barrel. Let's take that spring out. Let's get this barrel out. Yeah, see, so there is some, I guess, some rust in that slide, but not terrible. It's just like, I don't know how you describe it. It's like it mixed with oil or something. I mean, for instance, I'll grab a napkin over here, and you're going to see that this will just wipe right off. Well, I said it would. I wiped it the wrong way. You can see that there is some typical wear on there. But in terms of pistol, looks like it really needs a good cleaning. Looks like it was probably used a decent amount and then just put up in storage. Would probably explain a little bit of that rust residue that I saw. but I wouldn't say it's anything terrible. I mean, I'm certainly not concerned about it because this is going to be something I'm going to shoot. Now if I can just get my spring back in here properly. There we go. That's like it should be. But, you know, it looks good. Once again, the grips, now this one in particular is an IMI marked one. The grips are not cracked. You will see they are decently worn, which is typical of any of your Israeli surplus pistols. But there's no real rust on here. It's really hard to describe. It's just kind of like a, well, there might be a little bit, well, actually that looks like a little bit of gunk under the grip there. But it just looks more like a, sort of like a patina. I don't really know how else to describe it. Of course, it is import marked right here. You got CAI, Georgia, Vermont, made in Israel, Israel Military Industries, 941 Foxtrot. So I wanted one of these for a long time. Finally got my hands on them. I was an idiot. I didn't get them early on when they were very, very cheap and plentiful. But you live and learn. And I'm doing a lot more learning now. So let's just get this pin back in here. And there we have it. So there is a 941F. Now I don't know how many more of these Alden's going to get in. I've noticed that he does get them from time to time. They sort of trickle in. I didn't obviously opt for the super nice one. I opted for a dealer's choice. I wanted, you know, kind of a nice shooter one. And I think that's what this is. Obviously, you notice on the rear, on those sights, going to be doing some cleanup work on them. Probably paint the dots back in there. Probably do the same to the front sight. And just be a fun, enjoyable gun to shoot. Now, of course, this is the full-size model. It is all steel. It is quite heavy, and for the YouTube automated checks, this is less than 20 rounds to comply with YouTube policy. So, in case they decide to limit my video. So, anyway, of course, it does also have. I'm sorry, I'm like skipping around so much. It does have the KBI Inc. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania there. Of course, on the other side, you have your Jericho 941, Israeli Military Industries. Of course, I also know that these 941s that are the IMI marked ones are a little bit more sought after than the IWI. It looks like, yeah, that's what I thought. So it looks like my roll pin is working its way out right here on the trigger. So I need to drive that back in flush. You can see the hole there. Don't know why it's not driven all the way in, but not that big of a deal. But anyway, there is my Israeli Military Industries Jericho 941 Foxtrot. And yes, guys, I know it's very hard to get an order in with a Mosin crate, but if I can do it, you guys can do it. Just got to be mindful of lag time that it takes to submit an order via the internet, and kind of use your best judgment. That's basically what I did, and I was able to secure one of these. And I think I was actually pretty close to the top of the list, which was pretty cool. So now that I've got that figured out, I have a little bit better chance of maybe getting any cool CNR stuff that he gets in the future. But there you have it. There's that 941 Foxtrot, that Jericho that I got from Alden over at the Mosin Crate. If you have time, make sure you subscribe to his channel. He puts out a lot of really cool stuff that he's able to get in. I believe a lot of it's actually coming in through CAI, but as a dealer, you know, they get first dibs on stuff like that. But even if it's CNR related, they get notifications from Century Arms as far as what they're getting in, and CNR holders don't exactly get those notifications. But be that as it may, if he gets in other cool pistols like this, or more of the Kareems, or more of the CZ75s, or the Browning High Powers, or the Tang Folios, or whatever, you know, he's got some nice stuff. And, you know, I am pretty excited, pretty happy with this. I think it was definitely well worth the purchase, considering you cannot find these anymore. I bet I went to 6-7 different gun shops, and I did find one, but it was a 45 ACP. I didn't find the 9mm, as far as, you know, an older one. And I'm kind of nostalgic, I guess. But anyway, really nice pistol. Feels absolutely awesome in the hand. I mean, just fits so well. And I imagine it shoots well too. So when we get some nicer weather, we're gonna get this thing out and do some first shots, initial impressions with it, see how it feels, how it handles. But I really like it. Really happy to add that to my collection. So, as always, guys, big thank you to my subscribers, everybody that comments on my videos, everybody that shares, and everybody that likes. Um, as you guys full well know, of course, I'm self-funded, and any of that certainly helps the YouTube algorithm, especially to keep stuff like this from being suppressed. Um, and until next time, you guys make sure you hit that bell notification. You can sign up for alerts anytime I put videos like this out. Of course, it's free, costs you nothing. And then, once again, anytime I put stuff like this out, you guys will get a notification. You can go right out and check it out. Sometimes I put deals out there in terms of where I've gotten something that I've stumbled across that oftentimes many other people may not have stumbled across. Like you've seen in the past with some of my shorts for those Swiss K31 mags. So just make sure you subscribe. I try to pass along cool deals that I can to anybody else as I find them, just to help you guys out, because I know sometimes it can be frustrating, especially trying to get something cool and then only to find out that you were number 10 in line and there were only 9 available. So I know how frustrating that can be. I've experienced that myself. And yes, guys, I've also missed out on many other offerings from all and over at the Mosin Crate, but I think he's got a fair system. And I don't really know how else he would set that up to make it any more fair than it currently is. I know a lot of people complain about, oh, well, I've tried I don't know how many times, can't get in. Well, don't try the same thing every time. Try to submit your order a minute sooner or 2 minutes sooner or whatever. But he's got the details over on his website of how you do that process. I'm not going to belabor that point, but as always, everybody, thanks for watching, and until next time, you guys have a great day.